Hey guys, welcome or welcome back. If you're new to the channel, I'm Jamie, and this reading could resonate if you're a Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. I specifically say could because definitely the readings won't resonate for all of you. That's okay though, maybe the next one. Only take the reading if it does resonate with your life, and remember that there is no gender. So if I pull a king or a queen, I could be talking about anyone. It's all about the personality, which I'll describe. I do offer private personal readings. The information's in the description below. I also do have a membership. All of the perks for that are listed in the membership tab in the channel. It's also the only way to get deals on readings or, get a chance to win a free reading. So check that out. So I'm just kind of pulling the overall energy for right now. See what to look out for with it. And we'll get some advice. So we have humility, a modest or low view of one's own importance. Essentially to be humble, right? We have you're very close to achieving your goal, get a swoon. And we have internal flame. Inside me is a steady flame. Every day I breathe life into my sacred fire. I am energized as I tend to my emotions of passion. Like this. Talk about this energy for Cancer, please. I couldn't even pick the card up. Okay, so the overall energy here is the Five of Swords. Got the Nine of Pentacles, the Four of Cups, the Star. Aquarius energy. Temperance, Sagittarius energy, the Wheel of Fortune, the Nine of Wands. The Queen of Pentacles, the Eight of Swords, the Four of Wands. The Ace of Wands. At the bottom of the deck, the Queen of Cups. I feel like there's a challenge here, and the challenge in life is to remain. I feel like maybe this is a past challenge though, right? So with the Five of Swords is an energy of conflict, right? And in this situation, I feel like there was conflict and there was somebody that like could have helped but didn't. They kind of like just stood there and watched by, or there's kind of something like that with the energy of this card. It's like something that you've been trying to do, that you have a deep passion for. I think over the period of time that you've been trying to do it in, like it's like constantly being attacked. That's what I feel like, because this is like some goal that you have surrounding your deepest passion, and it's like you've constantly been humbled with whatever this is. So I feel, one is that I feel like this is, something that you do that you love to do, but it also helps other people. And it came into your life after the most humbling of experiences. So it's like, it's what pulled you back out and made you rebuild, and I feel like re-identify. That's what I want to say, is like, whatever this is now is something that you came into at your lowest point in time. It could have been like rock bottom, and like it's forever changed your life. But I feel like in order to monetize it, or in order to really make it grow, it's required a lot of time and effort and energy, and being able to remain on track despite all the disappointments. I feel like there has been so many disappointments in what you're trying to do. Maybe there have been times where you were so frustrated with the situation that you felt like you just needed to give it up. And I feel like this is a season for change. It's like whatever goal you had set that you've been working really hard for, you're about to see things really fall into place. That's the energy that I'm getting with Temperance, the Wheel of Fortune. Where I really feel like things are hard here, where you get stuck at with the situation, is maybe in the past you would really deal with like other people's opinions. You were basing your worth off of other people's validation with this or something. This would be like, say I'm a painter, for example, right? And I have like a really weird art form, and it's really healing to me. I like to do it. It's my emotional outlet. And I have other friends in the art world that are kind of critics. They kind of tell me where I could use, some work, or how this doesn't fit into certain styles or something like this, And I choose to really take that information, somebody's opinion, and just make it the truth. I feel like you've always kind of done something like that. It's kind of a weird way to explain it. I think that might even be specific for someone, but like needing the validation from others for what you're doing has led to disappointment after disappointment. It's like something that you're doing is not meant for like the people that are the naysayers, it's an energy you've carried with you, though. Like you needed confirmation from other people that what you were doing was in fact fire, but I feel like you don't need that anymore with the Four of Wands, the Ace of Wands, the Queen of Cups. There is something surrounding your abilities and what you're deserving of that you allowed other people to like really tell you otherwise. And I feel like there was a lot of like self-sabotage in this, taking in too deeply other people's opinions of what it is that you were doing, taking in too deeply when other people didn't agree with it, or it didn't resonate with them in some kind of way. I see that that's changed. It's like you're really on fire right now. The Four of Wands, the Ace of Wands, the Queen of Cups. There's like something here where you've realized that not everybody is going to resonate with what you're doing. It only matters to the people who do, and life is kind of like that, and it can be disappointing in different ways. We don't think about this, but let's go back to being a painter. You would think that, any business that you first open, you would think your family and your friends would support you the most, that they would, come buy a painting or something, But you find that they don't, that they'd rather buy, prints from Walmart or something, and literal strangers on the internet will buy paintings for $400. But it's disappointing to find out that the people that you've supported the most wouldn't do the same for you, because you could be the type of person that would. You would buy a painting that you don't particularly resonate with or particularly love because your friend made it, and that's how you support them, So changing up your ideas about even like what is support, whose support you need, and your actual abilities here. Because I feel like at some point in time you were like ready to go, like you were really confident, you knew what you were doing, and then along the way you started like picking up the opinions of others. I don't feel like this was like true advice. This was like people picking at you, criticizing you, and maybe knowing you were sensitive and couldn't handle these critiques on purpose, in some cases here. But you really allowing that to get you to a point where you would give up on something or fall back on it. And I think that it has set you back, but you are not really in that mindset anymore. So even with this like humbled energy, it's kind of like understanding that like you don't need to be liked or loved by everyone. Like people don't have to share your interests. They don't even have to be interested in what you do, But what do they need to know about or look out for with the situation? Because I think there was one person in particular here, and it could be an earth sign person or a Sagittarius person, where like they said something to you and it was able to rock you completely. Like you took their word as like the word of God. Like, I don't know, like something like that. Like you gave whoever this Queen of Pentacles is, like you gave them way too much power over what it is that you were doing here. So what you need to know about, look out for, or be aware of. We have the Fool, the Ten of Wands, the Tower. The Five of Pentacles, the Ace of Swords, the Sun, Leo energy. And at the bottom of the deck, the World. Now, some of you done set yourself back, and that's a fact. It's like you were really going full force on something and someone's opinion really set you back. And now you're going to have to bear through that stress of really overworking yourself. But some of you, like you are going to have to put in more work now because you were set back. So even though now you're like, nah, I still really want to do this. This was stupid to let this person set me back. You have to understand there's a lot of work involved. Some of you, this isn't even just about the situation. There's a real lesson here that you're going to take, and it's going to be over the next couple of days. It's going to hit you with the Tower. Sometimes this is like an epiphany where you have been overwhelming yourself and how to do things differently here. One is literally the weight of other people's opinions, feeling like you don't have any support. There's like some type of truth around that, It's like really dealing with that truth though, like shining a light on it and asking yourself, why do you feel like you need people to validate, or why is it that people aren't really supporting you, or like there's just something around this energy of feeling like less than or not good enough in a situation. It's really going to be illuminated. This is like a last step though to get you there. Part of this is your ego. Most people, when you speak to them about an ego, people think about the more like egocentric parts of self, where it would be an arrogance, but a lot of times our ego is the opposite. It has us too humble, if that makes sense, like having a really low point of view of oneself. Like you don't, like what you're doing is not that important, or like maybe you're just you're good at what you do or whatever, but like you would never like be the best. Like there's some mindset, and again, it's like other people, when they confirm or validate that, you immediately go with that before you'll even listen to all the people. I feel like there's something happening this week where it's like a good thing out of nowhere. You're almost going to be overwhelmed with some type of opportunity that's being given here, or some type of like, I want to say like just recognition that you're being given here, and it's gonna feel good, but at the same time it's going to make you pay attention to how other people's opinions can weigh how you feel about yourself with this, whatever this is, whatever your flame is, right? Other people's opinions or viewpoint of you can completely change your mindset about how this is going. Something needs to change, and you're going to see it clear as day. It's like one person's negative ass comment was enough to pull you out of the game and set you back. And yet when it comes to support, when people actually say something good, then you feel good about it. That's needing someone else's validation. You're going to see it. The real problem here is that you're setting yourself back based off of what you think other people want or need, or how they're going to feel, or what they're going to say. Some of you may even be afraid like of weird things. Like I'm kind of getting like some type of like imposter syndrome type of situation where someone really doesn't feel like they're as good as they are, or like maybe they feel like they're a fake or like a phony, or like they've been accused of like being like someone else before or something. There's like a whole bunch of weird energy surrounding your worth in whatever this is. You're like, whatever you're doing and the value of it based off of other people's opinions, and that needs to change like immediately, because it's just, I feel like it's like the feel good is when a bunch of other people come in and they're acknowledging you this week, but it only took one person to completely knock you off course. It takes about 20 people to be like, this is amazing, I want 3 of these for you to believe in yourself, and that's not okay. You should, it's like, one is that people should be able to have an opposite opinion. Like you should be able to be critiqued without falling apart. 2 is you shouldn't need people to basically kiss your ass and give you a gold star for you to feel like you did a good job and that you completed work and that this was productive and that you like what you did. You're supposed to, whatever your passion project is, it's supposed to make you feel good. It's not supposed to stress you out or have you feeling terrible about yourself, or like you're not as good as so-and-so, or you could never do what so-and-so did. There's going to be a major lesson with it in the next couple of days, where like it's when you just do this for you, that's when you'll really see it as a blessing, because it's for you. Like I feel like you have a tendency to do it for other people when it began about you and is supposed to remain about you. So in the advice, we have the Empress, the 5 of Cups, and the Devil, Capricorn energy. At the bottom of the deck, the Page of Cups. The Moon. Pisces energy. This really does come down to just the fear of what others will think, say, or do. One is that I feel like just this deep insecurity that like whatever you do, like you're not enough. And maybe you spend too much time watching other people do it or comparing yourself to their lives. And I think that's pretty normal. People do that. It is a solid fuck up though. It's because it's a lie. I can make it look really good if I want to. That's why we mind our business and do what we're doing, There's an emphasis on needing to do that this month. It's like you're not paying attention to like your like deep sensitivity to like criticisms and the fear of what others think, and you better be ready, because there's 2 ways that you can handle this, because it's coming. There's going to be some criticism and some praise. I mean, it's up to you who you're rolling with. Energy wise, am I going to roll with the people who are going against what I want, you know, or what I'm doing, or always have something shit to say, or like just have something negative to say? Am I going with the people that are kissing my ass, or am I going somewhere in the middle? You know? A lot of people love my work. Some people aren't going to like my work, and that's perfectly okay. I'm going to keep doing my work for the people who love my work, and for me, who loves my work the most. That's why I do this work. That's going to be the energy by I feel like the end of September, which is good, because I think that just this year alone, it may have been like a real roller coaster ride on something. And I think for a lot of you, this is something that you were trying to create for yourself as like a small business or a side business or some creative project that would bring in some type of financial income. And you're just letting people's verbal opinions set you completely off, and that needs to change. That's what I have for you guys. I'll see you soon.